Hi, my name is Zoe, and this is my dog Miso. A year ago, I decided to move to the countryside of Japan to pursue my dream of becoming a full-time artist. Here are snippets of my day-to-day life. I hope you enjoy. So as part of my end of winter and going into spring series, I still have one final project that I would like to complete. So I had such a good success with my black jeans the other day. Now I kind of want to redo a blue pair that I have that is a similar cut. Miso's having a little bit of an investigation. Oi, Miso. Oi, Miso. So, oh, she's run away now. Bye-bye. So these are the jeans, and this was actually the first pair I've ever done with visible mending. So you can see that I kind of like wove my own fabric here. And this was also around the same time that I was going away from all black everything and getting into like more colorful stuff. I was gonna do like all different colors over the jeans, but again, being me, I do actually like to just have my things kind of a bit more plain and not too crazy. I mean, the tie-dye dress I made was pretty crazy, but again, it's still only like green and black, so it's not so colorful, even though it is still colorful, if that makes sense. But anyway, I went to the sewing shop. Because I just like wove this fabric, I didn't actually need to put a backing on it, whereas the other pieces I used like a fabric backing. But at my local sewing shop, they basically have like this bin that has all of the offcuts, and I actually managed to find this, and let's have a look. Yeah, it literally cost me like $2.40 for this entire piece. I have no idea how big it is, but I just thought the color match of this is like so incredible. This is what it looks like when it's under there, and you can literally like barely even tell with this color. So I ended up just buying that. It's kind of like this blue. It looks like it has like a really light blue one way and then white warped the other way, which is very similar to the denim, because that's kind of what this twill weave is doing as well. It's got like a blue and white thing going on. So anyway, I'm going to use that as the backing and then do my sashiko cross stitches in this kind of like navy blue kind of color. So I'm going to get stuck into this, and then once I finish this side, I'm gonna unpick this and redo this as well, and then just check if there are any other kind of areas that need repairing before I finish this pair. So let's get into it. Because this piece is like kind of like in the same location, I've just decided to do like a big patch across there, mainly because this bit here is so close to the seam, and you know, it does kind of just keep going into the seam. So if I just patch across the whole bit with this plug of fabric, I reckon I should be pretty safe. So I'm just gonna do like a running stitch around the edge so that then I can like freely do my sashiko crosses. I kind of don't want to just do a big chunk. I think I want to just do them all in like random sections and stuff. So I'm gonna do the running stitch first and then get into that later. So I just realized that if I was going to repair this with a patch across the whole thing, that I would need to unpick this first, and gosh, I must have repaired it just a little bit too well. I ended up having to snip everything. It was really hard to get undone. So, well, good to know for the future that if I ever do that way again, it definitely won't come undone. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and join the patch piece on now. So this is what the stay stitch looks like on the pants. So you can see the fabric is behind there. I'm just about to go to the post office to post off something, but when I come back, this is all gonna be beautifully sashikoed. So I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm at my point where I am at the halfway point now, and this is kind of what it looks like. I cannot believe how good this color match is. Like, if that fray wasn't there, you could probably barely even notice. Like, it is pretty insane how good that worked out, and the fact that it was an offcut too, just can you believe? But yeah, I kind of did like 3 segments. I did one this way, and this way, and I do like how some of them overlap a bit and kind of turned into stars, and I already like it a lot more than the super colourful one. So tomorrow we'll just be finishing off this side. This hole is actually a lot smaller, and that is where I had the previous pink and yellow bit. So that one should be a pretty fast fix, especially because I've got all the preparation done. So yeah, I'm calling it a day. I'm kind of at that point in my day where I keep pricking my finger and I'm starting to swear a lot. So that's generally when I know that it is time to turn in for the day and just leave it until the next day. So I am gonna just start making some dinner and then chill for the rest of the night. We'll tune back in with you guys tomorrow. Thank you. I've just finished repairing the jeans. There was like a little pull in the weave here, so I put like a little details here, a little bit just kind of under the front fly here that needed repairing as well. This little bit on the side of the jeans too is just starting to disintegrate around the seam here. And then of course what we came here to do in the first place is I've just kind of done this. I even put a few details on the pockets so it didn't just look so random with this big patch across the bum, but I still can't believe this color match is just crazy how good it worked out. So you can like barely even notice it from afar. And yeah, I did this side pretty random, but I just decided to do this one all the same because it wasn't as big of a rip. But yeah, that is pretty much the jeans, and hopefully I don't need to repair them again for another while now. Otherwise, who knows, it could be another 2 years, but I've actually improved in my hand sewing a lot now, so I don't find it as annoying as I once used to, that is for sure. I have smashed out this and my black pair in a couple of days, so yeah. I'm just sitting here. It is currently Sunday afternoon and I thought I would do a little bit of an update on the Glucose Goddess, seeing as I'm about week 2 now. So one thing I forgot to mention in my previous video was that after about 3 or 4 days, my face, I just felt like it was looking like so snatched. Like, I don't know, even now, like my bone structure and stuff just feels like it's like popping out a lot more. Before I felt like I just had this kind of layer of like, not that my face was ever fat, but like just this little bit of a layer of like puffiness, and yeah, it's probably due to like inflammation from just like the blood sugar and insulin and stuff like that. So that is definitely one surprise I have noticed though. And another thing as well, when I was starting this, I thought that the like apple cider vinegar before the meal was the most important part of this, but I actually was out on Friday and kind of fucked my routine up a little bit, and I got my first blood sugar headache like I used to get. It was very like mild one compared to the past, but I had the apple cider vinegar before I left home, but then I just didn't eat in the order, which is like veggies first, then proteins and fats, and then carbs. It was kind of like a meal where everything you would just blend and eat it together, and yeah, I usually would eat like that all the time, but I've kind of like realized that the vinegar veggies at the start is probably the most important tip if you were going to follow anything. So yeah, I'm feeling like a bit more like, I don't know what's the word, just like I don't really need to stress about the apple cider vinegar as much. I realized in my first week I was having it before every meal, which was just overkill, and yeah, I thought that was kind of the thing that was doing it, but it's more so just having the salad before I have my meal is kind of the main thing I'm finding that really helps me the most. So at least if I carry like a little bottle of vinegar in my bag, even when I'm out and about, as long as I just top my salad with like some vinegar dressing, then I should be pretty right to have my blood sugar well. And yeah, just eating in the order is probably like the main takeaway I have taken from her thing. Yesterday was the last day of winter and today is the first day of spring, so yay. It's actually so nice and sunny today too. It's like 17 degrees. I can't even believe how beautiful it is, but yeah, it's gonna go back down a little bit colder during the week, but it's just that first kind of glimpse of spring energy, which I just love. But in the spirit, I finally got around to cleaning the dining room yesterday, and me and my husband pretty much did like a whole spring clean of the house. So I did the dining and the kitchen, and he did like the outside and the dormer. I don't even know what that would like call the entry room in English, but yeah, just did a bit of a sweep and just kind of got rid of all of our clutter, and any rubbish we kind of discarded as well, just in the spirit of bringing in the new energy with the new season. I'm very into all that stuff, if you haven't realized in my videos so far. But yeah, because it is the first day of spring today and I've finally finished all my projects, I can't believe I got them all done in time. That's so just like awesome. I've got them all out of the way and I'm ready for new projects in the new season. But I think because I just have my one project where I have the materials for it at the moment, I am going to start crocheting my little bonnet, even though it's like, ugh, I don't even want to think about wearing that for like another year now. But I think I'm gonna get into, this is the lunchtime bell from Japan, rings every day at 6 AM, 12 PM, 5 PM and 9 PM. Countryside living. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going out to a cafe in like 2 hours, but I do have a little bit of time to kill, and I think I just want to start getting the, like, I'm gonna do a square for the top of the head, for the beanie, for the bonnet, sorry, and then I'm just gonna like go around and shape it that way, and then maybe add like a trim and then potentially like a scarf element. But that is pretty much how I am going to make the bonnet. I do all of my crochet just like freehand, and I figure out the pattern as I go, which is what I really love about crochet. It's a lot less complicated than knitting, and I feel like I can kind of freehand it myself without having to follow a pattern. So yeah, that's really nice. I think I'm just gonna get started on this like little square bit at the top though. So I might even just get like a little bit of a square of fabric and just kind of measure how big it needs to be, which is the other reason why I love crochet so much. I don't need to check the stitch size because I'm making my own patterns. Yes, I freaking hate checking the stitch size in knitting. Like sometimes I would do like 5 or 6 little test squares before I would even get to the project, and then it's like you've wasted an entire ball of yarn just doing that. And then yeah, it's like an extra day's work just so you can get the size right. So yeah, this is what I really love about my way of free crocheting. Yeah, so let's get into it. Please come to say hello. Hi Misa. What are you doing? Hey, you want to come hang out with me? You want to come hang out with mommy? Okay, so finally the time has come. I have my cup of chai here and my little sample that I did, I don't know, a month, possibly even 2 months ago. It was before I got sick the first time, literally the day of. So anyway, I finally bought my proper yarn. This was with just some yarn I had lying around just to kind of test the colors and the ideas. But what I'm going with here is, this is just like a wool, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, so it's 80% wool and 20% alpaca. This will be, instead of this like white creamy color, this is like some gross acrylic or something that I got from Daiso for like $1, but anyway. And then I just have the same brown that I have from here, which is this mohair blend, which is 65% acrylic, 35% mohair. So that is going to be like my base color for the bonnet. And then I have this, which is exactly the same except just in a red for my accent color. And then also this beautiful luscious orangey color. And this here is actually, yeah, so this is like 100% raw merino wool apparently, and it just has this beautiful fuzzy fun texture, and I really like this Daruma brand. They make really beautiful modern stuff with really nice colorways. A lot of the time I find when I'm doing knitting or crochet, I find it really hard to find colors of yarn that I actually like, because I don't know, they all just seem like they're for like grandmas, and there's just not a lot of like trendy colors that yarn producers are making, or just not in the shops that I'm looking at anyway. So anyway, the idea for this is that this is like the trunk of the persimmon tree, and then this bit here is like the persimmons, hence why I'm gonna blend these two together for the accents, and then that for the base. And it's gonna kind of be in like a pattern like I did on this first beanie I made, just in like little chunks. I think I'm gonna do them in like squares this time instead of lines, but it's gonna have this same kind of idea happening. Now, these are the only other two projects I've ever crocheted. This was the first one I did after I did a 7-strand beanie, and it was just like way too heavy and I had to unravel it. But alas, I got to make this out of the waste from that. And this was just kind of like a fun take on like a little, I don't know, spring kind of theme. Pretty much for both of these projects, I used my 6mm crochet hook. Hello, can you go into focus? No, it does not want to. But anyway, you can trust me, there we go, that it is a 6mm hook. I was potentially thinking to size down, but I think I actually will just keep it at the 6mm. It's worked so good so far, and then it builds up the size quite nicely. For this bonnet, I'm just making it like the simplest way. It's just gonna have like a square patch here that kind of covers the crown of the head, and then I'm just gonna follow around until it gets to the right length, and then potentially put a like trim and then like a scarf around the sides, but I will kind of decide that a bit more once I have shaped the crown. And yeah, I kind of want to do it that way so that it doesn't have like that kind of point like a hood. So I don't know, you see how this hood here, if I can get it in, well, this one's actually not too bad, but yeah, I just kind of want it more shaped to contour the skull. So yeah, I'm just gonna start by doing this square. So let us measure it out roughly. What have I got here? So I probably want it like about there, about that wide, I would say. So that's about 6 centimeters. And then let's measure the end. I'm gonna have to turn this off to do this because it's a bit tricky one-handed. I've got the tripod on now. So like I said, that is 6 centimeters there. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'm probably gonna want like, I don't know, how far does it need to go back? Maybe like here. So that's 12. So anyway, I'll start it at like 6 by 8 centimeters, and then maybe I'll just do 6 by 10, and then I'll kind of figure it out once I get to that point.